In the world of high-performance luxury sports cars, the Porsche 911 Turbo S occupies a unique space, one where timeless design, blistering speed, and precision engineering collide. But every now and then, a particular example surfaces that challenges conventions and reminds us that creativity still has a place in a market often ruled by predictability. That's exactly what happened with a stunning 2025 Porsche 911 Turbo S finished in sepia brown, a rare paint to sample color that dares to be different. While the final result of its auction left some shaking their heads, the story behind this car is as fascinating as the color itself. Brown isn't typically the go-to color when someone pictures a high-end sports car. Let's be honest, when it comes to automotive color palettes, brown often ranks somewhere near the bottom of the popularity chart. Most buyers play it safe, opting for standard black, white, silver, or red. These shades have been the industry staples for decades, appealing to conservative tastes and ensuring resale value. But that's precisely why the sepia brown Turbo S stands out. It's not trying to blend in. It's not following the crowd. It's a bold statement wrapped in heritage and personality, a true celebration of Porsche's willingness to cater to individual tastes. Sepia brown isn't just any brown. Under direct sunlight, it radiates a warm, orange undertone that gives it a depth and richness many metallic shades can't achieve. It harkens back to the classic Porsches of the 1970s, tapping into a nostalgic vibe that longtime enthusiasts will appreciate. This isn't a loud or brash color, but rather a refined and mature choice that rewards a second look. And that's likely what caught the attention of so many bidders when this car went up for sale on Bring a Trailer. With only 142 miles on the odometer, this Turbo S was essentially brand new, barely broken in and fresh from the showroom. But it wasn't just the paint that made it special. The car was configured with Porsche's exclusive Heritage Design package, which includes vintage-style design cues that further enhance its individuality. Inside, the cabin is a masterclass in craftsmanship and retro flair. The black leather seats are accented with Pepita cloth inserts, a houndstooth pattern that dates back to Porsche's racing days and oozes character. It's the kind of detail that speaks directly to collectors and purists. All of this comes at a price, of course. While the base MSRP for a 911 Turbo S starts around $214,000, this particular build pushed the figure up to a hefty $279,020. That's a significant investment, even in the world of six-figure cars. And yet, it's worth noting that the car attracted a high bid of $305,500, an eye-watering $26,000 over its original sticker price. That alone speaks volumes about the market's appetite for unique and well-spec'd 911s. In an age where personalization is increasingly valued, this car was a breath of fresh air. But despite the strong interest and generous bid, the auction ended without a sale. The seller had set a reserve price, an undisclosed minimum they were willing to accept, and the top bid didn't quite hit the mark. This raises an age-old question in the collector car world. When is it time to take the money and run? On the surface, a $26,000 profit for a car that hasn't even seen a full tank of gas seems like a no-brainer. But perhaps the owner believed that their unique configuration could command even more in a future sale or private deal. Or maybe deep down, they weren't quite ready to part with such a rare build. From a financial perspective, there's always a balance to strike between sentiment and sensibility. For those of us watching from the sidelines, without a few $100,000 to casually toss into a car purchase, it's easy to wonder why someone would turn down that kind of profit. But for collectors, it's not just about dollars and cents. It's about legacy, rarity, and the thrill of owning something truly one of a kind. For many, this 911 Turbo S is more than just transportation. It's a rolling piece of art, a testament to Porsche's bespoke offerings, and a reminder that automotive passion doesn't always follow logical rules. Still, it's hard to ignore the broader implications. The fact that a brown Porsche, of all things, could stir such attention and command a premium price illustrates just how far car culture has evolved. Buyers today are more adventurous. They're willing to explore colors and trims that once would have been dismissed outright. Programs like Porsche's Paint to Sample have opened the floodgates for this kind of creativity, allowing enthusiasts to build a car that reflects their personal taste, not just market trends. Looking ahead, it's likely we'll see more examples like this popping up at auctions. As carmakers lean into customization and exclusivity, the secondary market is bound to reward those who make bold choices. That could mean more out-of-the-box color options, retro-inspired packages, and one-off combinations that make each car feel truly special. In a world where mass production dominates, uniqueness has become a commodity, and cars like the Sepia Brown Turbo S are leading the way. Whether or not the seller eventually gets a better offer, this car has already made its mark. It turned heads, sparked conversation, and reminded us that sometimes, stepping away from the norm is exactly what makes something great. For now, it remains a tantalizing what if, in the world of high-end auctions, a beautiful anomaly that challenges expectations and invites us to dream just a little bolder.